one. No? If you are one, what do they need to tell? She'll say, you better go to Rishikesh. Go. Leave all your money here and go. Right or wrong? I mean, come on. Functioning is functioning. When Yajnavalkya taught Maitreyi was his wife, okay, and student both. He says, Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. It's for the sake of the self that everything is loved. Okay. The husband loves the wife not for the sake of the wife, but for his own sake. Why? Because in presence of her, I feel happy and fulfilled. So what I love is really speaking this happy mind. The wife also loves the husband not because of for the sake of the husband, for her sake, because she feels happy, hopefully, when she. He says all that, okay, teaching properly, but after everything is over, the day's work is done. They're sitting down having a drink together, okay, relaxing up. What is he going to say? My dear consciousness. He'll use all the proper words. He'll tell her, I love you. Because that's functioning. Maybe a wise person. So, wise person also. Wise people are very smart in functioning, okay? They are not disconnected with functioning. Yeah. Or if she turns around and asks him, do you love me? What is love? Love is nothing but your Swarupa. You think he's going to say that? A class is appropriate to say because she has to recognize it. This is functioning as husband and wife. Here's difference. Are you seeing the difference in the whole thing? With the knowledge, you're playing a role. So what is appropriate? You don't even have to think what is appropriate. Why? It is natural, na? Once you know your consciousness and you are relating to another name and form, what is appropriate will automatically come up, spontaneously come up. Spontaneously come up. It's very natural, most natural thing in the world to happen. You don't have to make an effort for all that. It's natural. Yeah, Shalini, you have a question.
Swamiji, but when we say, like in front of God, when we say, you are everything and I am nothing, that is precisely from the point of view of this body-mind complex.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking of myself as, what I'm saying is, and yes, it is from the functional point of view that we are speaking to the Lord. Otherwise, why even do puja? If that is the thing.
Yeah, but if I keep on saying I'm nothing, it gets overplayed and it goes through the subconscious and you start believing it. Then that belief system prevents you from understanding. That is why in Kathopanishad we see that Nachiketa, his father was doing Vishwajit Yaga. In the Vishwajit Yaga, you have to give away everything that you have. Okay? That will make you the richest man in the world. But to be able to enjoy riches, you should have the vairagya to risk everything. Why don't we middle class make money? We'll never start a business. When we get something, we'll start investing it, owning it, saving it. Come on, risk it, start a business. No. Therefore, we'll never make big money. Okay? Yeah, at the end of the day, we'll have 20-30 crores. Retirement is taken care of. 20-30 crores, a lot of money, Baba, in today's world. 10 crore रहेगा तो भी retire हो सकता है. Correct? Because our thinking is like that. Because if you have to make big money, you have to risk big money. And the Vishwajit Yaga is to make you the richest in the world. So you have to give away everything that you have. Okay. So this is what the yaga he was doing. So all the cows he had got, he has given away. All the good ones he had given away. Finally, old cows, not worth. It's more of a burden than having it. Only use you will get is from the cow dung, that you can do anything. Nothing more than that you will get from the cow. He was giving away that also. So Nachiketa thinks, hey, when I am there, why is he giving that? And his childish mind, boyish mind, he thinks of himself as one of dad's possession. So he goes and asks Dad, whom are you giving me to? Because I am there, give me away first before you give the useless cows. So the dad ignores him. But like a typical kid, he keeps needling. Dad, whom are you? So that says the ancient version of the modern statement. Go to hell. So instead of saying go to hell, he says, I am going to give you to Yama. To Lord Yama. So Nachiketa thinks, Arey, why did my father say that? Bahusyam ahamasmi pratamaha. Among many, I am the best. Among many, I am the middling. I am in the middle, I am not the best. But nowhere am I the last. For my father to say go to hell. I have something in me. Are you getting the idea? That is the attitude you need. That is the attitude. I am something. I am not the greatest. But I am something. That's a healthy self-appreciation. Otherwise, subconsciously you wear yourself. Like, supposing Nachiketa had thought, what is this? My father thinks I am worth only of hell. I am a useless character. I would have sat down there crying, sulking, like most children will do, if your mother or father tells him that, isn't it? But this is not what the son. The son decides, yes, because of his healthy self-esteem, okay, let me go and see Yama. My father has said that. Then he goes to his father and says, remember how your ancestors behaved. Remember how the society looks up to you. Because at the time of yaga, you have said you are giving me to Yama. Now you have to follow it up. You can't let that words go waste. But that is death. People are born like the corn. They die like the corn. He says to his father that. Father is a rishi, but the son says that. Therefore, I am going to Yamaloka to find out what is beyond death. I mean, that requires a certain sense of self-esteem to do that. If I keep saying I am nothing, it won't work. Most children feel I am nothing because they are functioning with adults and adults know everything, they don't know anything. So when you tell the kid go to hell, etc., he will cry, he will sulk. That is the reaction you will get. Or he will rebel. Basic reactions, you will get. But here it is not that. Here is a very, very different response. Because of their healthy self-esteem. That's what you need to have. To understand Vedanta, that's what you need to have. Udhared atmanatmanam natmanam avasadit. Don't look down upon yourself. I am something. I am not the greatest, that's okay. Larry Holmes, the boxer, the last fight Muhammad Ali had was with Larry Holmes. By that time, Muhammad Ali has already had Alzheimer's. With Alzheimer's and all, people find it difficult to walk. Muhammad Ali entered the ring to fight. I mean, can you imagine that level of functioning with Alzheimer's, all that thing? He lost on points. He was not knocked out. He lost on points. So Larry Holmes made a statement after that. Muhammad Ali is the greatest of them all. But I am the latest. Today is my turn now. If you are looking at historically, he is the greatest of all boxers. Agreed. But I am the latest. Right now, I am the champ. I am the world champ. Correct. He got badly beaten by Tyson afterwards. That's a different thing. Mike Tyson was a teenager at that time. When he saw his hero losing to Larry Holmes, so he made a promise that day. I will beat the hell out of this guy. As a teenager, he made that promise. Okay, as a 15-year-old, and by the time he was 22, he had done it. Self-esteem. Self-esteem. Hey, my hero is not well and he defeated him. मैं आता हूँ अभी. He thinks he's the latest. I'll be the latest. All this requires a lot of self-esteem to do. I am not a fan of all these people. Okay, they have a lot of personality flaws. That's a different thing. But there are certain things in them to be appreciated as well. Yeah, and this is one of them. Yeah. You see the world champion boxer and you are saying, at a 15-year-old, I'm going to get him. Yeah, I'm going to knock him down. It is not just a wild statement. He did it. He trained hard and he did it. That is what I'm talking about, self-esteem. I am not talking about self-esteem as an attitude. Attitude is easy to have. And people will say, your altitude will depend upon your attitude, etc. Ravade. Anyone can throw an attitude. This is different. Yeah. The ability to have that. Okay, I believe in myself. I trust myself. I can work to make things happen. I want to know the truth. I'm a student of Vedanta. I got in touch with the teacher. Now I will get it done. That is important. Yeah. This is one big problem that happens in the Indian community. We tend to worship our teachers, not to learn and follow them. Not to learn and understand and grow into them. Yeah. This is one big problem. Look at what happens to all the acharyas, Shankaracharyas. You will put them on a pedestal and do puja. They are telling you something, they are teaching you. What about that? No, you won't. You are shameless in that. I remember the old man of Kanchi, okay, Mahapiriva. He used to tell people, see, don't use silk saris at your weddings. A lot of himsa is involved in making silk. Don't do it. What is the general advice he gave? And he has a point there. But as South Indians, you go all the way to Kanchipuram to buy, because you get the silk saris at half the cost there compared to Bombay. So it's worth making a trip. You'll go to Kanchi, buy the silk saris, and then go and meet the Acharya. Say, Swamiji, we came here to buy silk saris and we thought we should take your blessings also. My daughter is getting married. Shameless idiots. You're worshipping him, treating him as God himself. But then he's saying something. Do you have the courage to say, my Acharya has said this, therefore I will not give silk saris in my daughter's wedding? Anyone has the guts to say that? How many of us have the guts to say that? Nobody would say that. Yeah. Nobody had the sense to say that. Yeah, that is the problem. We tend to worship, not understand and learn and do. Because learning and understanding requires a certain thing out of you. Certain courage, certain uprightness. All that comes only with healthy self-esteem, not otherwise. It is a healthy self-esteem that will make you say, I was scared in this situation also. Otherwise, you will deny your fear. I remember talking to one of the heroes of the 65 battle. He's saying, my God, that situation as such, I almost pissed in my pants, he said. This is a man who was awarded for bravery in the same situation, for the same things. He says, but so scary the situation was. I almost pissed in my pants. But he did the right thing. Where did he get that thing from? That courage? Yeah, I'm capable of doing it. I'm capable of handling the situation. It is scary, no doubt. But I will do it. I trust myself to be able to get it done. Or die trying. A healthy self-esteem. Yeah, a healthy self-esteem. Yeah. So, even what are you trying in Vedanta? Discovering yourself as limitless consciousness? Discovering yourself as limitless consciousness. That's not a small thing. It's a big thing. But people will come to Vedanta and convert that goal of Vedanta of being limitless consciousness into something small. Oh, I came to be a good human being. Good human being, sit in some workshop. You'll be a good human being. You come to Vedanta as a good human being. So you can become limitlessness itself. You don't come to Vedanta to be a good human being. You don't need Vedanta to be a good human being. I know a lot of people who don't have anything of Vedanta in them, but they are good human beings. No, something about my culture, heritage. Go join a certificate course in culture and Indian heritage and culture in the university. If you want culture and heritage, not come to a Vedanta class. Vedanta class, you are going for the biggest thing available. Yourself as limitlessness. So, unless you have a healthy self-esteem, that won't work. So that's where the whole thing comes in. Yeah, all right. Therefore, samaloshtashtma kanchana. Then the same thing he extends to human beings. Okay. Suhran mitra yudasinam madhyastha dveshu bandhushu sadhushu picha papeshu samabuddhihi vivishyate. Samabuddhihi vivishyate. The one who has got samabuddhihi. Such a person, vivishyate, is special, is something great. Samabuddhi with respect to him. Suhrat, someone who has done something good for you. Okay? A benefactor. Mitra, a friend. Okay? Arjya, someone who is inimical to you. Udasinaha, neutral, neither friend nor foe. There are plenty of people in your life like that. No? We have all of them. Train acquaintances. Every day you see them in the train. Say hello. Nothing more than that. Every day you see them in the bus. There is no udasina. Neutral, udasina. Madhyastha. Madhyastha is someone in between who is sort of bringing two people together or resolving a conflict, etc. Such a person is called a madhyastha. Dveshu. Okay. Okay. Someone you don't like. Character, yeah, such a pain. He is my neighbor. Can't stand it. Dveshu. Bandhushu. He's a relative. Yeah. A certain bond is there. Bandhushu. Sadhushu. Oh, he's a very good person. Sadhu means a good person. So don't use the term good sadhu. Okay? In ancient India, when somebody was debating and made a great point, etc., people not just clap. Sadhu, sadhu. Meaning good point. Yes. The sadhu use expression as good. Or nowadays we have to use the term good sadhu because the other variety is also available. Okay. Sadhu shupi. Papeshu is a person who has done every wrong thing in the book. Every wrong thing in the book. I have a person who threatens to be my student like that. Every wrong thing in the book he does, I know that. And he also knows I know. But I accept him for what he is. And Guru Purnima day will come and say, Na karmana, na prajaya, and do long sashtanga namaskar. So I'll be like, okay, let God take care of him. I am not enough. He is there in my life to see that, hey, you cannot change everyone. You cannot help everyone. Guru, Lord, take care of him. On all of them, Papeshu, he says, Samabuddhihi. The very fact that you have a name for all of them shows what? They are all different people. A name implies a difference, or at least a nuance of a difference. You know? Yeah. It's a papi, sadhu, bandhu, suhran, mrita. Mitraha, Arihi, enemy, Samabuddhi Visheshyate. Again, remember, Samabuddhi is, you won't hug your enemy and whack your friend. Unless the whack on the back out of affection, that's a different thing. Like two men greet each other, you may greet each other with a whack on the back. You won't do the same with a female friend, will you? Whack on the back. Hey, come on. What is this? Yeah. That is, for the men it is okay. Appropriateness of behavior. Yeah. So, you will, but Samabuddhi, they're all nothing but manifestations of consciousness. There's one consciousness in and through all of them. Your enemy, your friend, your foe, the papi, the sadhu, your bandhu, the guy you can't stand, dvesha. One consciousness. Recognize that in all of them. That is Samabuddhi. Deal with them as appropriate. That's function. What does it do when you look at it like that? That extremes of emotions are not there. मेरा स्टूडेंट होके ऐसा सब करता है, डोंट कम टू माई क्लास, गेट आउट. अरे आई एम द लास्ट होप फॉर हिम, आई कांट थ्रो हिम आउट. Correct? Unless he is a disturbance in the class, that's a different thing. Then for the sake of the others, I have to keep him away. But otherwise what? How can my student behave like this? You are no more my student. Reva de. He wants to, he's at least making some effort he's making. Sometimes. Okay. Yeah. But his samskaras are too strong. There is no extreme of emotion, there is compassion. There is no hatred. Even if you have to chop off his head as a terrorist, you have to chop off his head. But still there is compassion. Why? Because poor guy, he is brainwashed from childhood. Okay, so he became entered by terrorists. There is no hope for him in this lifetime. So let me give him what he wants. What does he want? To be a martyr? Good. I'll give it to him. Forgiving is God's work. This is the motto of the Indian Army. Forgiving a terrorist is the work of God. Our job is to set up an appointment for him with God. I'm not joking. There's a board put up there. Go to Kargil, Ras, those areas, you'll find some of these boards. Yeah, I trekked in all those areas, so I've seen them. Yeah, our job is to fix up an appointment for him. That's it. That hatred goes off. That extreme hatred, etc., that is there, na? Extreme of emotions. Who is my relative? I will do everything for him. He is exploiting you, Baba. Take it easy. Take it easy. Draw boundaries. Yeah. I know someone who was brought up in such a manner. The parents had told this lady, must be kind for everyone. You must not say no to anyone. And she grew up with such naivety. You know? The kids in the building would cover a hole with newspaper and say, hey, walk over that paper and see how you feel. She knows there is a hole there, but she'll still walk. Why? Because the parental conditionings are so strong. I mean, that's being foolish. That's not being a good person. That's why in English there's a thing, do you want to be nice or do you want to be good? You want to be a nice guy, to be a good human being, dharmic human being. Nice means there's no boundaries. So samatvam, yes, of course samatvam. Of course there is samatvam. As consciousness of the terrorist and you are one and the same. The rapist and you are one and the same. Consciousness, is there a difference? So I'll never do that. Agreed. You'll never do that. I accept that. I know you will not do that. But as consciousness, is there a difference? No. The difference is only in the distorted Mali structure, the distorted mind, the distorted samskaras, which sometimes you can change in this lifetime, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can change, sometimes you can't. If you can change, try. If you can't, free him from this life, from the problems of this life. So next lifetime, hopefully he can be better. Yeah. What else can be done? Yeah. Are you getting what I'm trying to? That Samabuddhi. Don't take that Samabuddhi as literal, that I have to be the same in my behavior with everyone. Nobody does that. No wise person will ever do that. Now, you can be kind, you can be compassionate. Your boundaries may be more fluid than other people. That's okay. That's all right. No? Because you don't have an axe to grind, you don't have an agenda, you don't have anything to achieve in life. You have achieved whatever is there to be done. You have known the truth. Therefore, you can afford to be a little bit more easy on these things. The person wants it. Is it helping the person grow? Yeah. Fine. Is it not helping the person grow? Then don't. So, look at what is necessary. Sometimes you may have to keep a strict boundary. Sometimes that boundary may be fluid. This is after knowing the truth. That's a different thing. That is always there. Because you don't have an agenda yourself. What agenda for your life? What's your priority now? Been there, done that. The only priority left was knowing the truth. Abhi kya baki hai? Nothing. Help others to know the truth. Fundamentally, what will you do? Help others know the truth. If something else you can help. In something else you can help. If you can, fine. If you can't. So that will happen in a class also. You will help the people to understand the truth. So that's why in the Guru Purnima I talked about 2 styles of teaching. Remember? Marjara Nyaya and Markata Nyaya. Marjara is the teacher behaving like a cat. You're literally carrying the student from, here, there. Marjara is more confrontative, like the monkey. Monkey jumps from tree to tree. The student better hang on, otherwise you fall and die. So it's a more tough confrontative style. Both the styles are necessary, depending upon where the student is. You always start with Marjara. Because the person has just come on. But once in a way, Markata will come up. Because that's what the student requires. So, that's the whole thing. So, sometimes we may be a little bit more compassionate. Sometimes, all that will depend upon how you're dealing with. What you're dealing with. But Samabuddhi is understanding that one consciousness in everything is not to be taken literally. Nirgunam hi samam brahman tasmad brahmani te stitaha. Samabuddhi. Brahmani manaha stitaha. In the appreciation of Brahman, the mind is remaining. That is Samabuddhi. Yeah. But you will accept everyone, you will meet everyone. Let us say, after class today, someone rings a bell and Swamiji, I heard about you, I want to talk to you. I said, come, sit. I have raped someone. What am I going to say? Bash him up right now? I can. But is that the right approach? Okay. So, why are you coming and telling me this? Oh, because I am feeling very guilty, etc. All right, good. That's a good sign. You're feeling it. In what way can you make amends? What way can you make amends? How can you restore the balance of justice? One of the most difficult things to do in this case. One of the most difficult things. But now, work on restoration of justice. Yeah, he is also nothing but consciousness, correct? But there is enough compassion in you because you recognize that he is also nothing but consciousness. A distorted mind created the problem. Now, how to correct the distortion and correct the whole imbalance that is created there? How do you correct that balance? What is acceptable to both of them? Yeah. To the victim and the perpetrator. Victim's rights are first. You cannot be so compassionate to the perpetrator that the victim feels let down. You cannot be so harsh to the perpetrator that there is no chance for him to improve. And this is because he is showing remorse. If he doesn't show remorse, Swamiji, I find I liked it, I want to do it again. I have had people coming and telling me this, all this is from real life examples. Then I had to report him to the cops with my comments that he deserves not only punishment etc. but psychiatric care because this has to be set right. He requires psychiatric. There is a problem in his mind because he is enjoying it. There is no remorse. So lock him up first and give him psychiatric care. The other person can be given psychiatric care without lockup, but with maintaining justice. How will the victim feel validated? That's important to see. Because there's someone who has been wronged mortally. Take care of that and then see if he can be rehabilitated. That would be the right approach, a compassionate approach, with justice maintained, with compassion. I mean, it's easy to take a stand with the woman and say, chop him off. He defers to become a eunuch. He rapes somebody, he should not be able to rape anyone else again. Castrate him. Fine. If he cannot be rehabilitated, do that. I'll accept that. But if he has the chance of rehabilitation, take that chance. After seeing what way the victim will feel fine. Because the victim has to be rehabilitated first. Her rights come first. Or his rights come first. How do you assume that the victim of a rape is always a woman? Can you see? How do you maintain that balance without hatred? With keeping dharma in view. Compassion is part of dharma. Compassion should not overwhelm dharma. That's part. Dharma is part of dharma is compassion. Does he have a chance of rehab? That doesn't mean he doesn't deserve to face the consequences of his action. The consequences of his action he has to face. There's no two ways about it. Karma phala has to be there. Spiritual and worldly both. Spiritual law of karma will take care of. Worldly we will take care of. The appropriate authorities will take care of that. Are you getting the whole trend? This is how you function with the knowledge within you. Samabuddhi. Okay. Think it over. Good place to stop. Okay. So next week also we will have classes. After that,